Good morning, folks. This is Naeem Aslam, and this video is going to be the most important video that you'll be watching perhaps throughout this month. Why? Because today, for the next 5 to 10 minutes, we'll be discussing what hedge funds have bought or sold according to the 13F filing. If you are unsure what is 13F filing is, this is the data which tells us that what positions hedge funds have added, they've sold, they've exited, or they have boosted their positions. If you're excited about all of this, then stay with us because this is what we're going to discuss. Now, just a bit of a reminder, folks, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so because markets do change rapidly, and that means you need to have new information on hand in order to make that informed decision about the markets. And of course, if you like the content, smash that like button always. So, bit of a disclaimer, anything which will be discussed cannot be perceived as an advice. You guys should do your own research and make decisions based on your own information or on your own decision. This is not to be conceived as an advice under any circumstances at all. So, let's begin and then see what is there in terms of this particular data. Before we do that, just a very brief recap of the markets, what exactly is happening. When we look at the stock market, what I see is very much markets are moving to the upside. I see on a Bloomberg terminal behind me that the futures are trading to the upside because we have seen extensive sell-off when it comes to the NASDAQ prices, NASDAQ index, which is your tech index for the last few days. And now I see on the terminal that yes, traders are buying those bargains. And of course, we also seeing more bids, more buying pressure coming for the European markets as well. In the crypto market, I have done a full video discussing why the crypto prices are stabilizing, and we discuss like why Bitcoin dump happened and why gold pump really happened as well. And more importantly, where are those buy and sell zones in relation to those ones? What are the pivot points, if we can just say that? Right. So let's get on with it and let's discuss what is going on in the hedge fund world and what these hedge funds have really done. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through some of the big funds really, and then we'll be talking about what these funds have really have done. I will discuss some of the names. I will give you the symbols of some of the names as well, and really I will be just kind of walking you through of what really happened. So let's begin by Berkshire Hathaway. If you don't know what Berkshire Hathaway is, it is a fund which is owned by Warren Buffett. So one of the top exits with respect to Berkshire Hathaway is that the symbol for that one is SYF and SU. So these are the two stocks where they have exit or completely closed off their position. And in terms of boosting their stakes, we have seen them increasing their stakes in KR. The syntax is KR, as the symbol is that, and of course Verizon, that symbol is VZ. They have cut their stake in Abaviv. The syntax is again ABBV. Again, don't worry about that. I will be very much posting throughout the day snapshots of the full positions, the symbols, and all of that. But in this particular video, I just kind of wanted to go a higher level sort of stocks which are very much familiar with everyone. Everyone knows about it. Now, another important hedge fund position that we wanted to discuss is Bridgewater. Of course, Bridgewater is a very, very important hedge funds. So their top new buy, surprisingly, is Tesla. This is very, very interesting. They have completely exited their position in a company called Autodesk and of course in Adobe as well. And they've increased their position in Walmart and Wells Fargo. This is again really, really interesting. And they've reduced their position in gold ETF called GLD. And of course, in emerging market, they have also reduced their exposure as well. The syntax is EEM. Now, after that, another fund that I really kind of pay quite a lot of attention is called D1 Capital Partners. Over there, what we really see is that they've built a new position, and that new position is in Amazon. Really interesting. So again, Amazon is a strong buy, sort of for them, and they have reduced their position in Alibaba. This is quite an interesting one, that how the company has exited their position completely. They have increased their position in the following names: Google, Facebook, Expedia, Microsoft. This is and of course JP Morgan, and they have cut their stake in, again, in Las Vegas Sand, which is a very much of your casino stock. Now after that, there's one of the another fund that I kind of wanted to pay attention to, that I pay attention always, is of course called Elliott Management. What we really see over there is that the new position is in Facebook. So again, Facebook is the name which is coming over and over, what I really see over here. And then they boosted their stakes in Twitter, and of course in Snapchat as well. That is quite an interesting one for with respect to Elliott Wave. And then from there onwards, let's see which I wanted to focus on is called ICAhn's fund called ICAhn. And over here, what I really see the falling symbols where they have boosted the stakes, which is BHC. The second one is DAN, XRX. And of course, the new position they have is in a symbol FE. So these are the ones that we kind of wanted to pay attention to with respect to Carl Icahn. Now, after that, Maverick Capital, I'm sure that you guys are very much aware of their massive mess up that they have done. They've completely exited their position in GameStop. Now, they don't hold any position in GameStop. They have built their new position in several different companies, and some of them which really stands out for me is a syntax called Ajax. That is quite an interesting one. They've boosted their stake again in Uber and Netflix. This is quite an interesting with respect to Maverick Capital. Now, when we talk about Maverick Capital, we also have to speak about Melvin Capital. Over here, again, we see them increasing and boosting their stake in Netflix, in Amazon. Again, folks, the names repeating over and over where these hedge funds have increased their positions. And in terms of cutting their position, Melvin Capital actually have cut their stake in Expedia, in Facebook, and of course in Nike and Las Vegas Sand as well. So these are the sort of the positions that we kind of think that were very interesting for you guys to perhaps pay attention to. Hope this particular one was quite